Have you ever heard of Candida? It's a type of fungus that lives in our bodies. Normally, it's harmless, but when it overgrows, it can cause a lot of trouble. Today, we're diving deep into Candida overgrowth, what symptoms to look for, how it can secretly change your eating habits, and most importantly, how to get it out of your system for good. Just like other unwanted guests in our body, Candida thrives under certain conditions. A diet high in carbs and sugar is its favorite meal. Excessive alcohol, a weakened immune system from things like chronic stress or certain medications like oral contraceptives, all create the perfect environment for it to multiply. But here's a surprising one: fermented foods. You might be eating things like kombucha, kefir, or sauerkraut, thinking you're boosting your gut with good probiotics, and you're not wrong. But if you already have a Candida overgrowth, you could actually be feeding it and making the problem worse. We'll get to the right way to use probiotics later on. Think of your gut as a bustling city with trillions of different bacteria. It's estimated you have 10 times more bacteria than cells in your body. These good bacteria are your first line of defense. They compete for space and resources, keeping troublemakers like Candida in check. So, a Candida overgrowth is really a sign that your gut's natural balance is off. The good guys have been outnumbered, letting the bad guys take over. Candida is also a master of disguise. It can change its shape to survive. When it feels threatened, like when you're trying to get rid of it, it can stretch out and create tiny holes in your intestinal lining. This is what we call leaky gut. It's a huge problem because it allows Candida, toxins, and undigested food particles to enter your bloodstream. Once these invaders are in your blood, your immune system goes on high alert, launching an attack. This creates constant low-grade inflammation. If this happens day after day, your immune system gets exhausted. It starts getting confused, sometimes even attacking your own body's tissues. This is how many autoimmune diseases can begin, or starting with an imbalance in your gut. Because Candida can travel through your bloodstream, it can cause symptoms almost anywhere in your body. The list is long and varied. You might see things like nail and skin fungal infections, eczema, or psoriasis. Digestive issues like bloating and constipation are very common. Do you ever feel crushing fatigue, brain fog, or sudden mood swings you can't explain? That could be Candida. Itching in certain areas, recurring urinary tract infections, or even worsening seasonal allergies can also be signs. But one of the most classic and telling symptoms is an intense, almost uncontrollable craving for sugar and refined carbs. It's not just you, it's the Candida demanding to be fed. Remember, while these symptoms are common with Candida, they can have other causes too, so it's always good to be thorough. But if you have several of these, especially along with a leaky gut, it's a good idea to investigate. So, how can you know for sure if you have Candida overgrowth? There are a few tests. A blood test can look for antibodies like IgM, which indicates a current infection, and IgG, which shows a past infection. However, if your immune system is already worn out, you might get a false negative. Another clue can be found in a standard blood test. A chronic infection can sometimes lower your total white blood cell count, specifically decreasing lymphocytes and increasing neutrophils, but in my opinion, the most reliable method is a stool test. It's less likely to give a false negative and can even tell you which type of Candida you're dealing with, which helps tailor the treatment. There's also a urine test that measures a substance called D-arabinitol, a waste product of Candida. High levels mean there's an overgrowth somewhere in your body. And for a simple, though not scientifically proven, home experiment, first thing in the morning, before you eat or drink anything, spit into a clear glass of water. If your saliva floats, you're likely in the clear. But if you see stringy legs sinking down, it might suggest Candida in your mouth or throat. It's a fun little test to try if you're curious. Now, let's talk about weight. Candida can make you gain weight in a couple of clever ways. First, as we mentioned, it hijacks your cravings, making you want the very foods that help it thrive, and that also happen to lead to weight gain. But there's more. Candida releases over 79 different toxins. When you try to kill it off, it releases a flood of these toxins. Your liver gets overwhelmed and starts storing them in your fat cells. Two of these toxins, ethanol and acetaldehyde, the same stuff that gives you a hangover, mess with your liver and nerve function, disrupting your blood sugar metabolism and slowing everything down. In fact, studies have linked Candida overgrowth to poor thyroid function, which directly leads to a slower metabolism and weight gain. So, you're convinced, the consequences are serious. What's the solution? The treatment plan has 3 essential parts. First, the diet. Second, actively eliminating the Candida. And third, rebuilding your gut flora to prevent it from coming back. For the diet, it's simple. Go low glycemic. You have to starve the Candida. This means cutting out sugar, refined carbs, and for a while, even high sugar fruits. If you kill off the Candida but then go eat a pint of ice cream, it'll just grow right back. This step is non-negotiable. Next, to actively fight the Candida, there are supplements that can help. Look for things like caprylic acid and enzymes like cellulase and protease. These help break down the protective biofilm that Candida creates, allowing antifungals to do their job. Natural antifungals like oil of oregano, thyme, garlic, and black cumin seed oil are also incredibly effective. Finally, we need to repopulate your gut with good bacteria. This is one of the few times where quantity matters as much as quality. We want to quickly fill up the empty real estate in your gut with beneficial microbes so Candida won't move back in. Look for a high-potency probiotic with billions of C if you suspect you have Candida. Taking these steps is a low-risk, high-reward approach to improving your health. You have nothing to lose and so much to gain. I hope this helps you understand Candida a bit better. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and share it with someone who might need to see this. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on taking control of your health. Thanks for watching.